What is up, Wichita? I'm your we're welcome back to Coffee Break. Sorry, it's all of a Monday. I'm your host, Officer Chad Ditch with the Public Information Unit. I am here with my co-host,
Officer Trevor Macy.
Bro, you are looking nice and spiffy this morning.
Thank you.
I like the whole facial hair thing you got going on.
Yeah, no shave November.
Yeah, see,
coming in strong.
I thought about it, bro, but mine just looks horrible.
So November is the perfect time, even if it's horrible, to grow it out, let it happen, because nobody's going to question it. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, no shave November. That's okay.
Yeah, but see, man, like Jesus didn't bless me with, like, if I shave today, I have to wait, like, months for it to come in to look like that.
Well, you got a whole month, though.
I know, man.
That's what November is specifically for the awkward growth phase.
But see, like, I've had a lot of professional things go on this month where it's like I couldn't come in looking.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. We are in a very public-facing position.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to be able to just grow a mullet and some sideburns.
Bro, I did that.
But I know they're never going to let me.
Yeah. I did that when I was CP and I had the mullet growing. The only thing I wished is, like, the back part would curl like some people. Like, mine to just go straight. Like, I have to
perm
fluff it out. And that's what I was going to do.
Okay.
That's what my son does. He gets... Except for he doesn't have a mullet no more. He just does the top and he perms it.
Really?
Yeah.
So. That's the style now. The curly hair and the mullets are back. It's the 90s all over again.
And then curly hair people are like, oh man, I wish my hair was straight. So
yeah, you always want what you can't have.
That's it, man.
The grass is always greener.
You know, I had a leader in the military. I can't remember if it was like a commander or what, but he would always say, if you think the grass is greener on the other side, it's because it's full of beep.
Oh, I was like,
interesting. That's pretty good. I like that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Man. So,
how was your weekend?
It was good, bro. I finally had Friday off for Veterans Day, and then I took Saturday off from my part-time as well to pack the house because this is the week we're finally moving in, bro.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah, man. Super exciting. So, how about you?
It's pretty good. I was supposed to be in Florida for a training conference, but they had a hurricane. Yeah. And it was like the airport got shut down, and I was talking to the people that were, this is the Crime Stoppers conference, and just decided it just might as well not go at that point. Like I could do tornadoes, but I don't want to chance a hurricane and get stuck in Florida for however many days. So
well, we're glad you're here, man.
Yeah, I just chilled out at the house, played a lot of Call of Duty.
You originally, my bad. I'll come back to your Call of Duty thing. You were originally going to be off today, weren't you?
Yeah, I was supposed to be flying back today.
Yeah,
but everything got canceled, thrown out.
So how good are you at Call of Duty?
I'm pretty darn good.
Really, you get rankings in Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, well, so you don't. The rankings aren't really dependent on your skill level. It's just like how much you play because you earn XP. So I'm at like level 52 right now.
That's good.
But I think the highest is 55.
Yeah, that's low.
So I've almost maxed out. But the thing about this Call of Duty,
you're a deputy chief level of.
Well, they give you ranks. So I don't even remember what mine is. It's like special sergeant master or something. I don't know. But you can't unlock. I still haven't unlocked all the weapons because the weapons unlock system in this Call of Duty is so different than the others. Like in order to unlock like a scope for my M4, I have to level up a completely different gun.
Really? To
get that scope. Yeah, it's
and you do that just by like kills and stuff like that?
Yeah, so you just use the gun and you complete objectives, you get XP for that weapon and that levels it up.
Is that expert? Is that what that's short for? Or?
No, XP, experience points.
Oh, okay.
So
it's been a long time since I've played. Like my son will play with me sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he's just gotten to the age where Mama is comfortable enough for him to play it,
right?
And not worry about him.
Well, you just got him a gaming PC, right,
bro?
That's not a surprise? Is it? I'm not ruining a surprise for him.
No. He knows. Okay. Yeah. And he don't watch Coffee Breaks.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's exciting though.
Yeah, bro. We worked really hard over the year to be able to give them something for their room. So
right.
He's getting that. My daughter's been really wanting a new vanity because her older one is kind of built more for like a bigger room.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'll get that. So she's super excited too. So.
That's cool, man.
Bro,
I bet you guys are excited.
Bro. So excited. Like packing up over the weekend was really nice because we got rid of a lot of stuff, donating a lot of stuff. So it's cool, man. It was cool to find stuff I've been looking for like 5 months. My daughter had a miscellaneous tub that I didn't even know about. So the stuff I was looking for was in there. So
you don't realize how much stuff you have until you have to move it.
Yeah.
I hate moving because every time I'm like, I don't know what to do with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I just have it.
Yeah. And fellas out there, and maybe you can help me out because my wife is like this. We were giving stuff to Goodwill, and she would see something in the Goodwill pile, and she'd be like, "Oh, how come you're getting rid of that? I gave you that to you for Christmas 7.5 years ago. Do you not like it no more?" I'm like, "Well, you haven't noticed me not wearing it or utilizing it in 6.5 years." So
yeah, it's touchy. How do you do that?
Yeah,
I think you got to stealthily donate that stuff.
Stealthily?
Yeah, you got to have like a black bag. Nobody can see inside. Put all that stuff in there that you think might be iffy.
Ooh.
That she might be like, "Hey, why are you getting rid of that?" Just take it, and she won't know. So when I was a kid, my mom, my sister, and I would leave toys around the house that we weren't playing with anymore. Mm-hmm. My mom would bag them up in a plastic trash bag, black plastic trash bag, and hide them in the attic. And like if we didn't realize they were missing, she'd donate them. But if we came and we're like, "Man, I can't find this toy I've been really looking for," she'd go up and dig it out and like put it someplace so we'd find it. It was like this cool surprise.
That's pretty dope. So, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, I mean, like that. It helps kind of keep track of or get rid of those things that are just they're just collecting dust sitting around. So
I need to do that with the Oculus because my son, we got that for them last year. And they played it like a handful of times and stuff. So
yeah, I got the same. I got an Oculus for Christmas last year, and it's sitting on my desk like
just gathering dust.
I just don't know. I don't know what to do because I would love to just like have like a full on like flight simulator thing.
Bro, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
like build like a cockpit with joysticks. So that's expensive.
Yeah,
and I'm not made of money, Chad.
Bro, I seen some like you can watch YouTube videos on there.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, it's pretty cool, but like for me, like if I wear it too long, it hurts my head. And then I'm like, well, I might as well just.
I get the motion sickness, bro, and that's what gets me.
Yeah, it depends on the game. There was one I was playing where you like flying a flying car around a futuristic city. Yeah. And if I did any like rolls, my stomach starts to turn. It's wild. It's cool technology though.
Speaking of wild.
Speaking of cool technology.
Well, wild is what I was going with because I have a pretty good segue. It's wild that you are here today because I finally got the guest that I've been wanting for a few months now. He's going to be joining us.
Is it Blake McElwain?
It is Blake McElwain.
Wow. Yeah. Finally.
Yeah. So he's finally joining.
It is about time.
Yeah. So I'm excited, man, because he's a wealth of knowledge, really good dude, really great member of the department, not just because he's a brother of mine or a partner, but I think he's going to do great things in this department. So, yeah, man. So let's get a refill, and then we'll get Blake on, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back with Officer Blake McElwain. What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you guys?
We're good, man. We're good.
Thanks glad you being here.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. It's about time.
Yeah, you guys have asked me a couple times.
Just a couple times, man.
Yeah, so too.
You asked the question. You always ask the first question. I ask the second
question.
Do I? You do.
That's been a recent thing.
I know, man.
Well, so we always ask the same question.
Okay.
Have you seen the podcast?
Yes, yes and no. I was telling Chad the other day that I've never completed a full episode.
Wow.
But I have watched a little bit of each one, yes.
What is it about us that makes you feel like you don't want to finish it? Is it the way we talk or the way we look or
No, it's honestly a time thing.
Yeah.
Because I usually watch you guys on Friday, and that's my day with my kids.
I gotcha.
So one of them's always yelling for something, so I never get to finish.
Well, the second question is always an important one. And the reason we started this podcast is so that people can know who the person is as opposed to just the officer, man. So, So tell us, bro, who's Blake McElwain?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's why we came up with it.
I've been on for 7 years, almost 7 years now. I'm somewhere in between you two. Been out at Patrol East my whole 7 years on. Yeah. Before this, I was a parole officer. I went to Wichita State for 5 or 6 years, long enough to get a master's degree.
Dang.
Grew up a military brat, moved all over the country, spent some time in Europe, actually. My dad was stationed over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's me in a nutshell, at least. I mean, we can, if you want to know more, we can dig deeper into that.
What did you get your degree in?
Criminal justice.
Okay.
Yeah. I just went all out for the hard stuff,
Right.
Yes. How do you feel that helped you in your law enforcement career?
Yeah, it's honestly helped a lot. I mean, at 2 years on, I got CRT, because I get a bunch of points for having a degree. Doesn't necessarily make me a better cop, but gives me more opportunities.
Right.
And then with CP, I still think I'm probably the lowest tenured officer out of all 4 bureaus.
Yeah, for the CP?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I still think I am. That 10 points has helped me tremendously. But it also gave me a little bit of time to grow up, too.
Right.
Instead of hopping into law enforcement at 21, which some people are probably ready for, I was not ready for that at 21. Going to school and then becoming a parole officer after that, it gave me some time to maybe grow up and really decide that, like, hey, this is something I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
So,
and plus, you might not want, I don't know if you want to say this or not, but the department also gets benefits for having not just points for your testing and stuff like that, but you also get financial benefits for, bachelor's and master's and stuff like that. So anybody out there, if you have a degree and this is what you're thinking about, there's compensation there as well. So
they give you a little bit of money for having bachelor's and then a little bit more for having your master's degree.
So coming from, like you said, at 21, you weren't that kid that was ready for, weren't ready to be a cop or anything like that, especially probably, probably busy doing other things. But I'm trying to word this question right. My bad. Parole officer, bro. Like, how did that help you become a better cop? Because I've seen it firsthand over 3 years of being your partner. How that's made you a better cop. But how do you feel like it's made you a better cop?
It puts you in a situation where you have to know how to talk to people. Parole officers, that is the job. Yeah. You're sitting at a desk, you're sitting across from somebody that has done prison time for one thing or another. Yeah. Everybody is different that you have. You will never. I had the gang caseload with parole for the almost 2 years that I was there, and none of those guys were remotely close to being the same as one another. Yeah. So talking to different people all day long, it taught me how to talk to all different kinds of people from all different kinds of backgrounds. Because everybody comes from somewhere different. It doesn't matter that, they've all been to prison, so they have one thing in common. It helped me. And then the transition from doing that to this, from day one, it was easy for me to talk to people on the streets, no matter who they were, where they were from. Right. So it helped with that. And then just knowing the justice system and kind of how it worked. Because parole doesn't necessarily deal with the ins and outs of it because they're on the back end of it. And now being a cop, I'm kind of on the front end of it. But kind of seeing how it works and knowing how parole works. Yeah. A lot of times I don't even have to call them if I have a question. I can answer it for me or my teammates. Or I mean, you knew I pretty much knew the answer to everything before we called them, which is super helpful. Yeah.
So one of the things is, his dad said the golden rule is, treat others how you want to be treated, but not everybody wants to be treated how Chad Ditz wants to be treated, how Trevor Macy wants to be treated. Makes sense. So how did that help you with your life as a kid, and did you bring that into law enforcement and things of that sort?
Yeah, of course I did. I mean, it's something that's stuck with me my whole life. I think that just treating everybody with respect. Yeah. And at the end of the day, everybody's a human. So it doesn't matter if it's a car chase, a foot chase. Yeah. I mean, that for me is if I can get you a drink afterwards because you're winded, I'm winded too. Right. Yeah. We both
might want water and a cigarette. Okay.
We both might be over in the bushes giving up lunch, but I'm going to do that. If you want to make a phone call to your mom, your wife, or your girlfriend, or you have to make arrangements, I'm going to do that because at the end of the day, I'm interacting with you probably at your worst moment. Yeah. And if I can make anything easier on people, I'm going to try and do that because I don't take anything personally. So, so what? You ran from me. Yeah. You're still thirsty. You still may want to have a smoke before you go into jail. So I just try and treat everybody with a level of respect. And I hope that, people that I've arrested see that and realize that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's one thing I remember learning even in the academy too, is like just everybody wants respect, no matter what side they're on, whether they're being a jerk to you or whatnot. It's just because they haven't got the respect from you yet, and so
right. And
all you can do is
just like he was saying
Aretha
too.
Franklin said.
What did Aretha Franklin say?
RESPECT.
That's it. That's the only way I knew how to spell it. As I had to sing the song. Oh man. But yeah, it's just like you said, like most of the time people run from us because they're so concerned about either what it is that they have on them, something in the past. We've had people run from us for just driving on suspended, and it's like, hey man, that could have been a ticket, but we made this big old case, and now you got to go to jail. So, but yeah, man, you're also switching gears briefly. Big sports fan.
Oh yeah.
So this guy, he's a Raiders fan.
Oh, I know. We've had conversations.
We discussed it.
We've had conversations about that in the past. One thing we do have in common is that the Indianapolis Colts beat the Chiefs and the Raiders this year.
That's true, yeah.
We get to share that.
We do.
So,
yeah.
Shared loss there.
Yeah.
Have you seen Star Wars?
I have seen Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah.
I have. I've actually seen all of them.
All of them? What'd you think?
Oh, I love it.
Good or
I love it,
bad?
yeah.
Anyway.
No, great, yeah. Even my son.
How long were you guys partners?
3 years.
3 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you never got him to watch Star Wars?
No, it really never came up, actually.
I'm not going to lie. I think it was 2 weeks ago that I asked you if you watched it.
Yeah.
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 That was
Well, it's just, I think you probably figured it was a no-brainer that he had seen Star Wars because everybody's seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know that we have talked about Harry Potter in the past and
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, and I knew he was not into those movies. And I think we had maybe briefly brought up Star Wars, and I just told him that we couldn't be friends anymore. Probably is what I said, if I had to guess.
That's probably what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, you need to,
I'm not
to get
watching
on
this
that.
stuff,
Yeah, you need to
man,
fix your stuff, man.
So one thing, Patrol ECP, like I said, we've already talked about. I've been your partner. I was your partner for 3 years. But I know CP, Patrol East, all of our CP teams do amazing jobs. But you guys also, every time you put an event together, man, you guys show up and show out. Can you tell the community a little bit of what that's like for you guys when you're putting on these events and stuff? I know firsthand what it's like, but talk about maybe why you guys do those things and what's the purpose of making stuff so big.
Yeah, no, it's we put a lot of work into it. A lot of man hours go into it, and the whole goal of it is to kind of like what you guys are doing here. You know, is like show the community who we are.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do. We want to get out there, interact, especially with the kids.
Yeah.
That's huge for us because we did our annual trunk or treat a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we started that during COVID when there wasn't a lot of trick or treating going on. And so we wanted to give kids an opportunity because that's a big deal to people.
Bro,
that was
now
a big
it's
deal
a
to
big,
me as a kid. Because I wanted to go trick or treating. It was a time to spend with your friends, get candy, rot your teeth out. So we've done it for 3 years in a row, and we've had over 1,600 people show up every year and have a DJ. We have different businesses that come out, set up booths, have donate money, candy to us. So
Bro, I even saw
candy.
like city council members like tweeting it and showing pictures of them being there because it's such a big event. So
yeah, no, it's a big deal, and I'm sure we'll do it again next year. That's one of those things I feel like we can't ever not do. Yeah, because like it's so big and people look forward to it.
Be like, here's your 18th anniversary.
Yeah,
whatever. Like.
No, yeah, and it is. It's a big deal. But we back in I think May or June we did a golf tournament.
Yes,
to raise money for the kids of USD 259, and that was a blast because I love to play golf.
Yeah.
So actually hosting a tournament and kind of seeing what the other side is because I usually just play in it.
Yeah.
But we were able to raise a lot of money for kids that, or the schools and maybe who can't replace some gym equipment or the kids who can't afford to buy their own.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
And those are the coolest things because I remember last year donating or bringing the gifts and stuff, right? Especially like the Colvin.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, just them getting uniforms and stuff, newer uniforms for these kids. They were so excited and stuff. You go by the next day and they're all playing with the kickballs and soccer balls and stuff like that. Like it was super dope to see. So.
Yeah, it's a blast. You put in 3 months of work for one day. But that one day it just makes that 3 months of work seem like it was nothing because it's all worth it at that moment. Yeah. So
I'm curious now, and this may be too broad of a question or too
never too broad,
big of a question. I don't know. Just spitballing here, but how is your perception, I guess, of what it's like to be a police officer changed since you started and to now, moving through, from patrol, CRT, community policing? How has your perception changed?
I'll tell you something funny. I was actually thinking about this the other day, and it's like before I was a cop, you'd be driving down the street and a cop would be behind you, and you immediately get your heart's racing.
Right. Yeah.
You're nervous because you think that they're looking at you. And not that I'm in my own world, not paying attention to anything, but I think about how many people I make nervous a day because I'm sitting behind them, or I change lanes to be behind them, but I'm just going to go to Quick Trip to get a drink, or I'm on my way somewhere, to end my day. And I think that my perception of that has changed completely because you think like back when I was 21, when I wasn't ready for law enforcement, if a cop got behind me, not that I was doing anything wrong, or had anything to be worried about, but I immediately got concerned and worried.
Right.
And now, teaching my son, when we see the police, we wave or tell him to be safe or have a nice day. Let me rephrase that. I never thought, looking at a cop, man, that dude's got a family, or that woman has a family. She's a mom, or he's a dad. And now knowing all the cops that I know, and it's just it's cool to change your view on things.
Right. Yeah.
Going through the career, working patrol for 2 years, and then doing CRT for 2 years, and now I've been almost CP for 3. You get to see different sides of it, and it's really cool, the different kinds of things you work. Because now in CP, the events. Yeah. That wasn't something I did in CRT.
Right.
You were working complaint houses and chasing, drugs and guns. And now I get to do that, but I also get to throw an event for kids.
Yeah. Right.
Like PAC down in Plainview.
Yeah.
It's the Plainview Activity Camp for Kids. It's a blast.
Yeah.
We were there every Tuesday over the summer. At the end, we cooked them hot dogs and hamburgers and brought them snacks and kickballs and stuff, and it's like you were saying, seeing the kids light up.
Yeah.
Man, that is awesome. And then I've been places out of uniform where some of the kids have recognized me.
That's dope.
Because they got to see me out of uniform in gym clothes, playing basketball or dodgeball. So my perception has changed into knowing that we are people.
Yeah.
Because I never really thought about it. I knew that cops were people, but I just never thought about it.
Yeah.
And that's the perception I want to change of people.
Yeah.
Is just knowing that we're husbands, we're fathers, we're friends.
Well, it's cool too for like PAC, for instance, right? There's a lot of kids that are there that their only interaction with police is some kind of negative interaction from what their family members have brought to the house and stuff. So there's a lot of times being down there that they would see us and be nervous that now they're going to go to jail or something like that. But now it's a fun interaction, and they'll hopefully remember that more than.
Yeah, and I wanted to be just Blake to them.
Right.
I didn't want to be Officer McWayne or police officer or policeman. I just wanted to be Blake to show them that, hey, I can still have fun, even though to me or to them I'm an old man.
Right. Yeah. Born in the 1900s.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok.
You saw a TikTok this or that?
19?
Yeah.
Your birthday starts with 19?
Yeah. No, that's and it's the 80s.
Yeah.
So it's super old to them, but I just wanted to be Blake, and I wanted to have fun with them to show them that side. So it was really cool.
No, that's dope, man. That's dope. I like when you see officers that are not afraid to just say, no, it's just Blake. It's just Blake.
Yeah. Well, and that's how I introduce myself now. Not just to kids. It's easier that way. And,
it's more personable that way, and you take away that barrier instantly.
Yeah, if I'm sending a professional email, it's Officer McElwain.
Yeah.
If I'm out on the streets and someone's talking to me at Quick Trip or I'm on a call, it's just Blake. It's easier that way for me.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
That's interesting. My perception too, like before I became a cop, was like every cop is so like straight laced and just like rigid, and they're gonna cite you for any possible thing they can cite you for. But that's really,
I mean, we've all seen the memes, depending on the haircut and what kind of sunglasses they're wearing.
Right.
You're going to jail, getting a ticket or a warning. Or, no, 100%.
Well, you even get that now, right? With your friends that are not cops and stuff, they always want to ask you like that question, whether about speeding or a ticket or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Chad, don't worry. I parked legally when I got here. But like, hey, bro, I'm here for a wedding. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I was working at a church yesterday, and this older lady came up to me, and she was like, "I am so sorry. I parked in the handicap spot. I have my sticker, but I forgot to put it in the window. I'll go outside and put it up there." I'm like, it's 20 degrees out. You don't need to go out there. Go enjoy the service. You're not going to get a ticket. It's fine.
So. Or I didn't do it.
Bro, right?
That is like, people, you got to stop.
Yeah.
Like when you see us at Quick Trip, you got to stop doing it wasn't me. It was that. No, we get that all the time.
Dude, I immediately come back with something now because that's just like so like annoying. And don't come after me. I'm not being rude. I'm just saying it's just annoying. Yeah. But it's like, nah, man, you might not have did it today, but you did it yesterday. They said you were wearing the green shirt or whatever shirt that they're wearing.
I just always laugh and just walk away, or fake laugh and walk away, because it's just like,
Yeah, no, I get at least twice a day. I get that at Quick Trip, or if we go to an event for a school, she did it or he did it.
Yeah.
We get that a lot.
Yeah. So. Man, so one of the cutest things, your whole family is amazing, bro, and your kids
Appreciate
are too. But his son, we went to a grown-ups for donuts with grown-ups.
Yeah, donuts with grown-ups.
At a local elementary school. And his son came dressed as his police officer and stuff like that, bro. Awesome. And he was handing out stickers to kids and stuff. So it was the cutest freaking thing that you ever seen.
Does he want to be a cop when he grows up?
Right now, yeah. So he'll go back and forth between being a police officer and a firefighter. But I make sure to tell him, that if he's dressed in his firefighter costume, like, stand back, Daddy will make sure that the scene is safe before you can go.
Yeah. And don't come after us. They're going to talk crap too, so it's okay.
He loves just first responders in general. If we see ambulances, we got to roll down our window and wave. And there's probably a lot of firefighters and ambulances around the city that think that I'm the crazy guy that rolls his window down and waves at them. But I've got a kid in the back that's waving. No, he does want to be a cop, and he always says that we're going to work when he gets in his outfit and he's got his handcuffs, and we got to play cops and bad guys. So I always try and play the bad guy, because I'm like, hey man, I'm a cop for how many ever hours? Like, let me run from you.
Yeah, right.
So no, it is fun. He thinks that it's awesome. Loves cop cars, and when we go to events and he's there and I'm working. My wife will bring him, and he'll be dressed up. He thinks he's working too. So he's got to hand out candy at the trunk or treat, or stickers at the donuts with grown-ups. So it's fun. He's at a fun age, and I really enjoy it. So
I've talked to some cops who are parents, and they kind of like, if their kids start to like think about becoming police when they grow up, they kind of like shift them away from that because they don't want them, in this line of work. How do you feel about that?
One day he's gonna be a man, and he's gonna have to decide that for himself. I think that it is an honorable profession. If I have my choice, I'll try and steer him away. Maybe something a little less dangerous,
right.
And make a little bit more. Maybe a doctor,
doctor, lawyer, pharmacist.
But no, if that's what he decides when he gets older, I'll fully support it. EMT firefighter, he'll have my full support one day. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Bro, and what. And there's a lot that we put up with as law enforcement and stuff too, right? With the phones everywhere and stuff, and people want to have a negative comment and everything too. But like, to me, what better time to be a cop than right now? Because you can affect so much change just by saying, "Hey, I'm Blake. How can I help?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Communication is everything and stuff too. So,
well, you have the cops with TikToks, you guys doing your podcast and stuff. So it does kind of shine a new light on it.
Yeah.
And you can. Like you guys are doing, showing people that we're more than just the uniform, the badge. So.
We're bright pink shirts.
That's it. Bright, bro. Bright. You got to stand out. Okay, you just got to stand out.
You don't have a problem doing that today.
I don't. Oh, bro. One of the funniest things, real quick, and before we just transition to the one has to go. So Blake and I rode together, right, for 3 years, and we would always drive my Tahoe because usually he had a Charger and stuff like that, and both of us in a Charger just didn't look cool. So I'd pull up to his house, or we'd have to run home for him to grab something real quick, and his son would be like, "It's Chad's car. It's Chad's car." Like, he just thought Blake rode with me, and that was it. Didn't do no work. I just did everything. So.
Well, I don't know if he thought that, but
were you the driver every time, Chad? Or?
No, we switched up.
You switched.
We had this like chi that went on. So like if we were partnered up, and I was driving, and we were getting some good arrests or making some good contacts and stuff like that, we just kept that flow.
Whoever had the hot hand.
Yeah.
I will say that it was probably 60-40.
With what, me being 60?
Yeah, you driving.
Yeah. It was.
Because there was a time there I was faster at the paperwork, so we would just leave it as that. I would do the paperwork, and it's just like always when we'd have an arrest. If the car needed to be searched, I was doing that, and he would interview the suspect. So it was. Like, once you have something and something's working, like, why change it?
Yeah.
So
you get to that point,
he drove most.
We get into the point, too, like in partnerships where you just know what the other person is thinking and stuff. So
finish each other's
sentences.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, sandwiches. So, but yeah,
I can't say that we've ever done that. Maybe a sentence, but not a sandwich.
Yeah, never a sandwich.
Never shared a quick trip sandwich?
No.
No.
Okay, just me.
Yeah, just must be a West Side thing. So
we play a game on this podcast.
Yes, I've seen.
You've probably seen it. And today, I put the One Has to Go together, and I know that you guys are both Chiefs fans.
Oh, okay.
So this is One Has to Go Chiefs Players Edition. So one of these players has to go forever. I did a little research on this because you guys know I'm not a Chiefs fan, but we got.
Well, we appreciate that.
I put in some effort for you guys. So we got Tony Gonzalez, Derek Thomas, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. One has to go forever. Never played for the Chiefs. Never played football professionally. Never existed.
Man,
one of these players.
Like he didn't just go to another team. He just
never was part of history.
Never was part of history.
Wow.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're gonna say.
No,
I know who you're not gonna say.
So, Derek Thomas, I can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
Legendary. I remember when he got in his car accident and passed away. I was little. I cried for that one. So he would be my number one. He's not going anywhere. He holds the all-time record for sacks in a game at 7. If you didn't know that, Trevor.
I saw that on the page today.
Little history lesson.
An hour ago.
Patrick Mahomes, he would be number 2. He brought the Chiefs a Super Bowl, first one since Lynn Dawson. So I have to keep him. And he's young, and he's going to continue to win, man. So a couple of years ago, Tony Gonzalez was one of my favorite Chiefs of all time, and me and my buddy were having a conversation, and he said that Travis Kelce was better than Tony Gonzalez, and I was offended by that. This was probably 3 or 4 years ago. Now I agree. Travis Kelce is the greatest tight end to ever play football. I'm getting rid of Tony Gonzalez.
Wow.
Yeah, that's hard for me.
Because then you got to ask yourself, if Tony Gonzalez is not there, because Travis will tell you that, well, no, Travis didn't even put Tony Gonzalez in his Mount Rushmore the other day in an interview. So, never mind. That answered my own question.
Yeah. So, I mean, Tony Gonzalez was, in my mind, the trailblazer for the tight end position.
Yeah.
Right.
But I just think Travis Kelce does it better.
Yeah.
So, I think he's the best to ever do it.
That was pretty hard. But
who are you getting rid of?
I would get rid of Tony Gonzalez.
Really?
Yeah, same thing, man. He was everything that a Chief stood for.
Yeah.
Derek Thomas by far is my favorite Chief of all time.
Yep.
But yeah, Tony Gonzalez would have been up there, but I think Travis Kelce has surpassed him, and he will go down as the best tight end that ever played a game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, that was a good one though. That was.
What are you getting rid of? Since you learned about 3 of them this
morning. He's getting rid of all of them. He's a Raiders fan.
I'm getting rid of Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, dang.
And that takes away a Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. And our future.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe the Raiders will have a chance.
That's true.
I mean, and if he was smart, he would send Derek Carr to the Chiefs because, I mean, they don't have a chance with him. So.
Yeah. We heard that's where people in Las Vegas go if there's a tornado because there's never a touchdown there.
Ooh. Wow.
It's just Arrowhead West is what they call it.
Right.
Arrowhead West.
That was a good one, though, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, bro, we appreciate you being on here. We know you're super busy and everything. And
we've
been trying for a while. I think if you listen to the last podcast, we actually talk a little smack, hoping that you'd come on, but we were prepared if you didn't.
So, you guys talked about me.
Yeah, we did. If you watch it all the way through,
you'd have to watch through all of the podcasts.
Who was on that? Was that Captain Corey was on that one?
Yeah, Corey was on that one, yeah.
So. Did he join in too?
Did he join in talking a little smack?
Yeah.
No.
That's good.
No, we did it after he left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we know you're busy, man. We appreciate everything your whole team does out there and stuff, bro. So keep on doing big things, man. We know you're going to be a leader in this department one day. So
I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely.
Cool. So we're going to get a refill, man, and we'll be right back. And we are back, bro. My guy finally came on.
I'm glad he finally made it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah. You know, one thing I had to teach him as cops, there's certain little things that we learn, you know, that help us throughout our nights, especially like if you're a night shift worker. And the main thing is cutting the straw to your quick trip cup.
Yeah.
So you don't break it.
I remember my FTO doing that, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
What is that? But
yeah, to this day, bro, I can't even do it if the family and I go to Quick Trip and we get drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
I have to cut it.
Explain to people what you're talking about.
Okay, so like if you're sitting in your patrol car, right, our cup holders are in between us and stuff, right? So when you're tight like this and you got your gear on, if you move your elbow down to get your cup, that straw is tall, and you'll end up hitting the straw and it pops, and then you break your straw.
Yeah.
So then you go get that drink and it's like nothing but air.
Right.
So to cover that, you cut the straw to where there's only like a little bit hanging out the top. Fix the problem.
There you go.
Like that, bro.
Cutting the straw.
Yeah. So that's why you'll see cops with their knife out at Quick Trip, cutting the straw before they put it in, man. So
classic.
yeah. Or the 2-cup method. So,
the foam cup in the plastic cup.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that way the condensation doesn't sit and it keeps it colder.
Yeah.
While you have it there all night.
There's a lot of quick trip hacks.
Yes.
That cops have. So.
Yeah. So did you ever have a go-to energy drink?
It was Bang for the most
Really?
part. Yeah. Did they discontinue Bang?
I don't think they did.
Or is it another one they
Might be
discontinued?
a flavor.
I heard about an energy drink that was filed for bankruptcy or something.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember which one it was.
So I remember David Cruz used to be on the department now. Now he's doing big things elsewhere. He was out of my class, and bro, he was a Bang guy. That was his drink, and it used to irk him that Bang would be on the bottom of the thing. Right? He makes one Facebook post about it, and I kid you not, 2 weeks later, they're brought up.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he didn't tag Quick Trip or nothing like that. But yeah, bro, I thought it was cool.
Facebook's always listening.
Yeah, they are always listening. But White Monsters were my go-to.
I guarantee you, after this conversation, we are going to go back up to the office, and at some point, we'll check our phones, and we'll have like a Bang energy drink advertisement.
Ooh, right? That's true. Because I have my phone here. Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just hears everything that we're doing. It's not Big Brother. It's just... It's
Little
just
sister.
Yeah, right. Yeah, always snitching on you. No, but it's just the technology that we do to help you. It helps us. It helps benefit us more. That's what that is. It's not Big Brother.
I think social media is corrosive to the fabric of our society.
That's what it is. You should write I need a 15-page paper with at least
social
20.
media manifesto.
Yeah, man. Speaking of social media, we're about to post some stuff on there today if Juan didn't do it already.
Battle of the Badges.
Battle of the Badges.
Coming up.
Yes.
Battle of the Badges. For those you don't know, it's a blood drive.
Yes.
Through the Red Cross, where competing first responders, fire, EMS, police, try to donate more blood than the others.
Yeah.
It's very brutally competitive.
Bro. And I'm super competitive.
Yeah.
So and my competitiveness goes. There's some smack talking.
Right.
Got to have it.
You gotta have that.
Yeah.
So we're coming for you, fire and EMS this
Yes.
year. We are going to win the Battle of the Badges.
Yeah, because you fire department took the belt or whatever
Trophy.
the trophy.
Prize.
Yeah, they won again at Cuffs versus Axes.
I missed Cuff versus Axis this year.
You did?
Yeah. Did you go?
No, bro. I've been busy packing up the house and stuff.
That's
so.
always a cool event too.
Yeah, bro. It's one of their biggest fundraisers of the year. So I think it's really dope. But I'm just talking smack that fire beat us again. So I'm hoping all the officers that listen to this and stuff will help us bring this back, because I think we've won this before.
I think so too. I don't remember what the results were last year. I'll have to look those up. But we'll put the information on our Facebook page. You can be a part to it, even if you're not law enforcement or first responder. You can donate for one of those agencies. You just have to designate that when you donate. So
so definitely designate it for the police department.
Police department.
Okay, the police department.
Police department, please.
Yeah, it's the police
and thank you.
department.
Wichita Police Department, WPD.
Yes.
So if you have questions about it, you can email us at policeweb@wichita.gov. You can email any questions you want answered on the podcast. They don't have to be about the blood drive.
Did we have any questions too?
I did not see any for this week. I also was out for like 5 days, so I didn't have time to check all the police web emails. We had like 300 emails from the weekend.
Yeah. But
and half of those were from one person.
Half of them probably from one person. So.
We have a lot of emails to go through, but please continue to send your questions. We had a couple good ones last week, and we love answering questions, getting feedback from people too. If you have any comments, things you'd like to see us do different. Yeah.
So holiday season, Thanksgiving coming up, right? A lot to be thankful for. Are you a fried or baked turkey kind of guy?
Turducken.
A duck turkey?
It's a duck in a chicken in a turkey, or a chicken in a duck in a turkey.
I feel like this is a criminal thing.
It's not criminal. They're already dead.
Okay.
It's not like you're feeding live animals to each other. I don't think you could feed a chicken to a duck anyway.
Well, I've heard of people that like have
mouths
chickens
aren't big enough.
that they feel really bad too. Like, you know, when you throw scraps out and stuff to animals, they feel really bad throwing out some of their leftover chicken because they just think it's
the chicken eat the chicken.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're not for that.
That's wild.
So you're serious about this turducken?
No, I've never had a turducken.
Oh my god!
But I've heard about it.
Is it legit?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a big thing several years ago.
Really?
People were talking about it. I don't know what the appeal is of it, if it gives it a different flavor. But
this is on like Facebook or something that people were talking about it.
All over, man.
Really?
All over the interwebs, the news media, social media.
So what are you choosing between fried and baked?
I like fried.
Yeah?
I like the crispy skin.
This is what you cook, or this is what your
I
preference
don't cook turkey.
You don't?
I've never cooked a turkey in my life.
What?
I got grandparents. They cook turkeys.
But you're getting to the age now, Trevor, where you're going to start having your own tradition.
No, we're always just gonna go to grandma's house.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one day you're gonna have
Chinese dinner.
Chinese dinner.
Yeah.
Just like some Chinese food.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
We
open on
do that for
Thanksgiving.
Christmas sometimes.
Yeah, we've done that. We actually had a Chinese dinner one year, I think for Thanksgiving, where we made the Chinese food at my grandma's house, and I made egg rolls. I was like egg washing egg rolls
and rolling them up.
Yeah. What are you choosing between the turkey styles?
When it comes to flavor wise, I'm gonna choose the fried turkey every time. But I do both at my house.
Have you had a smoked turkey?
I have had a smoked turkey.
I like smoked
turkey. I've had
turkey
a hog
too.
wild smoked turkey.
Their smoked turkey's good.
Fire.
My grandparents got an electric smoker that they use all the time.
Yeah.
And I think they did a smoked turkey in it last year.
And we might have talked about this on the podcast, so forgive the redundance. But what's your go-to side?
For Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Or just in general? I like mashed potatoes.
Yeah?
Hands down. Yeah.
Like obviously homemade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you a red skinned or skin in your mashed potatoes, or does it have to be peeled?
I like peeled, but I'll eat anything.
Yeah.
I'm not super picky about mashed potatoes.
You have to be super picky.
Potatoes
about
are potatoes
no,
are potatoes.
No, well, the potatoes maybe, but like they have to be garlicky. They have to have some butter in them. Got to be a little not creamy, but they have to have flavor.
Well, yeah.
Okay. And
but
salt
even
and
if they
pepper is
don't
not
have flavor, you
seasoning.
can put salt and pepper on it.
Nope. I knew you were. See, that's why I said it. Salt and pepper is not.
Yes,
the
it
only
is.
seasoning that you
Well,
can put
I
in
know
it.
it's not the only seasoning, but it's a seasoning.
Bro, the first night I met my mother-in-law, they invited me over for dinner and stuff. My father-in-law was deployed, and she made me this meal. And I might have said this on the podcast in past episodes, but she made a meal that usually people put salt and pepper on no matter what.
Right.
Bro, I offended the heck out of her. She was like, did you say my food ain't got seasoning? You need salt and pepper? And I think it was something like mashed potatoes and gravy or something like that. But yeah, bro. So since then, I never put salt and pepper on anything once it's brought to me.
I always do. I put it on everything. It doesn't matter.
I cook it, but that's not the only seasoning.
Right. See, because I'm of the mindset that like some people like different levels of salt and stuff. So I don't like to over season anything I cook and give people the option to add salt if they want. Because 9 times out of 10, like you put your herbs and stuff in there, it really doesn't change the flavor so much as it does like the smell and everything.
Yeah.
And the salt is really what gives it that
bow.
Bam! Emeril Lagasse.
Is there a difference between the salt where you have to grind it up and put it in there, and then your normal salt where you just shake it?
Yeah. So
there's a difference?
Yeah. So
Okay.
the table salt that you get, like you see, it says iodized.
Yes.
Table salt, because there's iodine in that, which is like an essential nutrient for the body.
Okay.
Like I use like the Himalayan pink salt in a grinder.
Yes.
There's no iodine in that, so you're not getting that nutrient that you need if you're not using the iodized salt.
See, I see a lot of people like health kicks and stuff, and don't come for me. I look at it from time to time. That they use the Himalayan pink salt.
Yeah.
Why did they do that if that's not healthy? Or did I understand you
I mean,
wrong?
it's not necessarily not healthy. It just doesn't have the iodine, so they need to get their iodine from something else, whether they're taking supplements or something. Just something to keep in mind if you're not using iodized salt, that you're not getting iodine from your salt. And then you got like finishing salt, which is the real like flaky stuff that you can like put on meat and gives it a nice flavor. Sea salt.
So
And then kosher salt
Yes.
versus non-kosher salt.
What's the difference?
I saw a TikTok about it the
Is
other
there a
day.
difference, or is it just
There's
like
a difference.
a texture difference?
There's a difference. It's something to do with the way that it's made or manufactured.
But
I'll have
it's
to
still
look that
salt.
up. Yeah, it's still salt.
But-
I mean, it's salt is salt is
Yeah.
salt. It's a chemical compound. You can't
So
really
do I
change
owe
that.
my wife an apology if I said, hey, the salt that we grind up and put on something and the salt that is normally in your salt shaker, do I owe her an apology for saying it's still salt? I'm putting it in there.
Not necessarily. It's still
Okay,
salt.
you hear that, Trevor?
It's still
Said I don't
salt.
owe you an apology.
Well, you should always apologize because you're always wrong, Chad.
I'm just compromising.
She's gonna be mad at me.
She
now.
is going to be mad at you.
Please don't be mad at me. Apologize, Chad,
Yeah,
for
right.
both of us.
Yeah. But no, just want to ask that, man. So
Yeah,
I think
Thanksgiving's coming up, so
I'm
we're gonna have to talk about our Thanksgiving. We're gonna have to do a One Has to Go Thanksgiving edition.
I know, man. Well, I'm gone all next week, so you and Juan might have to take this.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we'll take the podcast.
Yes. So,
This time next week, you will be in a brand new house.
bro, I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
So
we'll have to have a housewarming party.
Yes. So what do you, real quick before we don't get on a tangent, what do you expect at a housewarming party? And this is from my own thoughts.
Like, what do I expect to receive?
What do you expect to receive? And if you're throwing a housewarming party, how are you throwing it? And are you asking for things?
See, I'm probably not going to ask for things because my whole thing is I want people to come over and just hang out.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's the premise of a housewarming party is like you have a little get together. So maybe like bring like a side dish or like, you know, BYOB, whatever you want to drink.
Bring your own bananas.
Yeah. Bring your own barbecue. But I don't know. Like, I've known people like we'll bring something for the house, like an art piece or some candles, make it smell nice. Just something. Doesn't have to be like not a couch or a piece of furniture because obviously that's something you want to pick out. For real. So just something small like that, I think is good. But
see, I'm the type like I don't want people to bring a food or anything. I want to do it all, so that way you don't have to bring any dish or stress about cooking something. But I was thinking like, hey. If you're going to bring something, you know, Hobby Lobby gift card, because so my wife can go crazy there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't got to stress about that. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. But obviously, the biggest thing is I want people to come enjoy my new spot, hang out with us, and break bread. So,
yeah, that's the main goal of it.
Yeah.
So.
And the other main goal is we're going to win Battle of the Badges.
We are. So check out our Facebook. Make sure you like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Wherever else we're at.
Yeah, we're all on all the socials. There's at least 5 of them that we're there. We're always active. We probably need to step our Instagram game up a little bit. But just uploaded a new YouTube video, North CP again, throwing down a lot of PSAs and stuff. So go check it out.
Yep, check it out. Follow us, and we will see you back here on Coffee Break next week.
Peace.